When it comes to understanding the market factors, we kind of touched on this earlier, but the Focus First software is really unique in its ability to really understand and show what's going on in the market and to be able to predict future competition. And those are the main things we want to look at when we talk about market factors. We want to look at market momentum, whether it's favoring buyers or sellers. We want to be able to predict future competition. We want to look at favorability of the area and the timing of the year. And then what the key takeaway from all of those combined is. So looking at the actual software, jumping back to where we left off, we've now added in our positioning data, which gives us access to a new graph on the bottom here called Pond 2.0. Now this is called the real estate pond. The reason why is each of these little blue shaded areas you can imagine are layers of water. On the top layer, where there's actual sunlight, is where people are able to see the home because it's on the market and things are really hot for it. As you get deeper, there's less attention and there's less visibility, and it starts getting colder. And you get to the very bottom, it's stagnant, which means it's probably not selling. It's now just frozen at that bottom layer. So that's what this graph really shows. Now you can see here, right in the middle is the first answer of our first question. It's where is momentum favoring? And in this case, it's favoring sellers. That's awesome to know as a real estate agent when you come to pricing a house, whether or not you're going to be more aggressive in the pricing with a higher price or more aggressive with the pricing with a lower price to get it sold. In this case, momentum is in your favor. The other thing this graph shows is it's able to predict future competition and really your future odds. So you can see this is predicting based on a numerical pattern that there's 11 homes that are projected to sell in the next 90 days. Now, that means in the next 3 months, 11 will sell. There are 8 that are currently under contract. So if those 8 that are under contract do go to closing, which most of the cases that is true, and that's what will happen, there's 3 homes that are not currently under contract that will sell in the next 90 days. Now there's 2 right now that are for sale, meaning theoretically, if those both went under contract, there'd be 1 spot. Now, the fact that they're on the market and they're showing and they're for sale and not under contract does kind of mean that maybe they're not going to sell quite as fast as the ones that are right under contract. But they could also be very new. So what that means, though, is if we got on the market, might be able to take up that last spot. However, looking here and seeing that 9 projected new homes are coming in the next 90 days, means, well, that's not necessarily meaning that we are the only people in the game. So the future competition does put us in a situation where it won't be 100% all the way in our favor, but it does show that there is some opportunity. So it favors sellers, there is some competition coming, and now we've answered the future competition momentum factors. Now the other factors usually that we want to look at are favorability and market timing. Now going back to the patterns, if you remember, the odds here shows favorability. The buying pattern combined with the time to sell shows market timing. Now the key takeaway for you as a real estate agent is the combination of these. If you have good momentum, but favorability and timing's bad, that means you're probably going to err more on the side of being aggressive with price or being conservative with price in order to sell the house. If the momentum's in your favor and the timing's in your favor and the favorability and the odds are up there as well, what that means is even though there is going to be some future competition in the city of Wellington, in this case, in this price range, you are in the favorable area. What that means is you can probably push the price a little higher. And that's the key takeaway to give you that kind of guided gut instinct when it comes to making price adjustments and recommendations for your customers. Now that's the market factors, but let's get into competitive positioning in the next video.